I'm out here from the University of Maryland, assistant director for Nimburo Cultural Center with my colleague, Ren McGrew, who's also a frat brother of mine at Malik Fraternity Incorporated. We came out because as black men, there's no other option. There's no other option. This is a insanely institutionally racist criminal justice system that we have here in America. And when you look into facts with Troy Davis, there is considerable reasonable doubt that this man probably did not do what they said he did. All right, 7 people have recanted out of the 9, and now, I mean, that's enough to say let's hold the brakes, let's reopen the case. But how can you, in any kind of clear conscience, good conscience, send a man to the death, to his possible death, knowing that? Because if you go ahead and you kill him, if they go ahead and they electrocute him, or I don't know whether they're going to be using electrocution or lethal injection, but either way, if you kill him, you can't bring him back if you find out that he was not the one. So it's a farce that he's still sitting on death row, and this case has not been reopened, because this has been going on. This evidence didn't just come out now. People are swarming right now because we're looking at Wednesday as the date that's set for his death day. But this evidence has been out at least for the last 3 years. So, it was our obligation to come out here in solidarity, because it could quite as well been us. It just takes he or I to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it would be all black asses in the same position, facing death row or facing some kind of long-term bid for crimes that we didn't commit, because they were clearly just looking for a black or brown face to assign to the murder of that white police officer, without ever, looking at the facts and scrutinizing the facts as they should. So that's why we're out here, because at this moment, I'm not Solomon Collins. I'm Troy Davis. He's Troy Davis.
We're all Troy Davis. Every black man that you see out here walking past here is a potential Troy Davis victim right now. And quite honestly, this isn't the first forum that people spoke out about this situation. Like you said, evidence has been around for 3 years. People have been trying to bring exposure to this for 3 years. If enough people knew about it back then we would have more people to call in to pressure their governor, to pressure officials to sign petitions to get more people out there exposing the situation. The problem is not the situation by itself, but there's no exposure to it. If people don't know about situations of individuals that's going on in their neighborhood, how can they then do anything about it? You're not going to hear about this on Channel 5 News, on Channel 9 News. You're not going to hear about it in mainstream media.
How did you hear about it?
I've known it. Well, that's part of what we do.
What is your organization again?
Malik Fraternity Incorporated. It's a black Afro-Latino based fraternity, and we're hell-bent, especially this DMV chapter, hell-bent on community service and activism. So that's part of what we do. On top of that, my colleague Solomon and I work at the Black Cultural Center at the University of Maryland. So these issues come across us daily. It's nothing new to us. But, we felt like there was a need for us to come out here and show support here at Howard as well, because, we're neighbors of one another. And, quite frankly, what they know here, we need to know there, and vice versa. So we're just trying to bring more exposure to it and hopefully save this man's life.
What do you hope people watching this video will do now?
Well, I hope they just take on the perception that this could quite easily be their father, their uncle, their son, their cousin. Any family member of theirs can be a potential victim of this. And just knowing that if we come together and expose everything that's going on in our community on a regular, not just on this case, but anything, if we start exposing the injustices that go on in our communities, then less and less injustices would occur in our community. They know that we're policing the police just like they're policing us. You can't just sweep it under the rug and say, okay, another black man down, and we're just going to go ahead and push this over. Nobody knows about it. No, we want to expose all of these situations and hopefully alleviate the majority.
If you could talk to Troy Davis, what would you tell him?
I would tell him that, even though he's locked in that cell right now, his voice is being heard through me and through every other black man who feels his pain, who's been a victim of it. He's not, he's not going through it alone. We're all going through this. So hopefully, brother, we're here to try to save your life and improve the injustice that's going on right now.